Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you in here to the historic All-Star Arena. I, of course, will be your companion for tonight, the official voice of the Narwhals, James Ward. Narwhals very short-handed tonight. Just 6 skaters available to Coach Gary here. And there has been chatter that Coach Gary is entering the hot seat with a loss tonight. Marone to take the first draw. We've got the White Ranger on the ice. Black Ranger dealing with an illness. Will start the game on the bench. Here's Bill with it. Slime, a new team. I'm told they are quite good. And judging by the matching pants, I would have to concur. Perhaps the best jerseys in the league for Slime here, challenging these Narwhals, but those matching pants are something to behold. Defensive zone face-off here for the Narwhals. No shift changes thus far. Up comes the White Ranger. Across, finding Marone, not able to collect, and blocked by Slime. Sending it down now, blocked by Bill. Bill will clear back down. The White Ranger to give pressure. Marone will have it taken away. Up comes Slime now. Behind Endelson. Circling back is Slime. Missing his man at the point. Slime now to collect. A minute 15 in. Still no shift changes either side. Up comes Slime now, looking for a shot right in the slot. Deflected high by Vane. Slime once more with it. Tremendous possession to start this first half here for Slime. Narwhals not able to get it away. Not many chances created here by Slime, though, but here's Bill with it now. He's got Marone in front of him, the White Ranger across. Bill will go off the post with it. Vane looking to collect and slapping it back in. Here's Marone fighting for it. The White Ranger with the forecheck, but up comes Slime once more. Slime now crossing the red line, dicing through the Narwhal defense and straight through the 5-hole. Slime, the first team to break the 0. And the first change for these Narwhals as Endelson looks to adjust his pants. Perhaps that's why that puck snuck through the 5-hole. And again, for the Narwhals, after a 4-win season, this past season, expecting a lot here. And an 0-2 start, and not a great start to this one here. Against this new team, Slime, who looks crispy in their new uniforms, and they play as such. Endelson, here's ready. As we get another member of Slime coming on now. They will run the clock, and a draw won by Slime. Backhanding it around the boards now. And up they come. Of course, we've got our favorite ref tonight. Up comes Slime now. Going across, got behind the Narwhal defense and chipped right in. Just too quick for the BBC to get back. And an easy chip in there on a nice setup from Slime. Again to take the draw. Slime undefeated thus far. And intercepting there is the BBC. Up he comes. Carrying it a little too far away from him, though. And poking at the Slime goaltender is the BBC. 18:50 remains here. A 2-goal advantage for Slime. Coach Gary does not look to be into the game here. Lazily sitting on the bench. Just having a chat with Bill. As the BBC will throw it into the chest here. And maybe Coach Gary's lackluster body language plays into the report recently that he is on the hot seat. BBC fighting for it on the boards. He'll lose that battle. A 2-on-2 chance in the zone here. Oh, and a good intercept there from the Black Ranger, who is feeling under the weather tonight. Black Ranger will hold it there. Looking to set something up here. He faces a forecheck. Finds the BBC. Crossing the red line. Looking to take a shot. He takes it, and a quick snag from the Slime goaltender.
Hey, Maroon.
Marone finally coming off the ice here after a nearly 5-minute shift.
Oh, I was planning on it, yeah.
Face off one once more by Slime. Oh, going in front of his goaltender there. Dangerous pass, but not enough forecheck for the Narwhals to capitalize. He's right in the slot all alone with it now, but he'll circle back. Look for something better. Intercepted by the BBC. Up to the White Ranger now. In the slot looking to settle. He's got the BBC. Oh, and it's blocked by a man from Slime. He wants your opportunity in the zone now. He gets around Vane and then goes off the post. Here is the White Ranger once more.
Settle it.
Balls from the bench to settle it down. Up comes the BBC. Throwing it on. Blocked. Fighting for it in the corner now.
One on.
BBC once more. Facing the forecheck. Sending it around the board. Right in front of Ward now.
Man up.
Facing a heavy forecheck and then running into the BBC is the Black Ranger. Up comes the Black Ranger now. We've not seen much from him. Intensity picking up here on the ice right in front of Ward now. And some shoving from the BBC. Throwing it around the boards now, looking for the Black Ranger. But a sloppy pass at that. And Slime's got it right in front. Here is Vane now. Coming up with it. Just covered by Slime is Vane. And eventually slapping it into the waiting glove. And covering. Still a 2-goal advantage here with 16 minutes on the clock. Here's the BBC.
Holy shit.
The White Ranger to take the draw and lose it. Slime now going through the legs of Marone. Vane here to collect, facing the forecheck, sending it around the boards. Owen gets caught in the back of the net there. Here's Vane with it, sending it around the boards once more. Hopping over it is our favorite ref. Here's Slime with it now, looking to backhand it, facing pressure from the White Ranger. And finally creating some space. Through the legs once more. They love going there. Have to wonder what that Slime is in reference to. Here's Bill now. Oh, that pass deflected away. And it just feels like Slime has much more energy than these Narwhals. Much more coordinated. Here is Slime once more. And Vane circling back. Up comes Slime now. Crossing the red line. Goals from the Narwhal bench to step up, and a save there from Endelson. Slime still with it now, right in the slot, surrounded by Narwhals. And he will circle back to the point, finding his open man. Settling it is Slime. Oh, and just missing the chip in as Slime got behind the Narwhal defense, and Vane to just clear it down like these Narwhals are on a PK. Slime once more now, perhaps disrespecting these Narwhals, going right in front of their goaltender with the pass. And here's the White Ranger with it now. Oh, and he'll whiff on the shot. Here is Slime once more, getting past Bill. Again, just speed. And waiting after he did not get a good chance there. Here is Slime once more. And just slicing through this Narwhal defense and then getting a shot in the back of the net. Number 8 all on his own. Narwhal's just not able to get it away.
Get the whole stick.
We will get Bill and the White Ranger on the bench. And the BBC and the Black Ranger out there. A 3-goal deficit here for these Narwhals. 13:30 remains. Here's Slime with it, going across. Sending it into the corner here. A scrum for it on the board, eventually sent out. Here is Marone now. Perhaps trying to do too much there, but he'll have the Black Ranger to pick up. He will face a light forecheck. Stops behind the back of his net. And waits there. Perhaps looking for these Narwhals to do something, anything. Still waiting with it is the Black Ranger. Here's the BBC, chipping it into himself. Oh, and not able to slow down to collect that one. And here is Slime once more. Looking to pick up speed. They've got one man behind the Narwhal defense. And taking it away is Marone. They've got a 3-on-2 opportunity in the zone here. Marone just waits too long. Tries to do too much. He had the BBC across. Poked away briefly by the Black Ranger. An errant pass from Slime. And Vane will just clear it down once more. Has the feeling like these Narwhals are on a penalty kill. And taken away. Here's the Black Ranger. Will shoot high.
Step, step.
Marone to collect now. One picked up by Slime.
Outside.
Sending it in and outside the net. And then slapping it away is Vane, but stopped at the point by Slime. Sent in off of Vane once more. Here's the Black Ranger with it. Settling things. Slime goes in for a change. Very efficient by them. And up comes the Black Ranger here. Looking to make a push on his own. Leaving it for Marone, who will take a slapper. That did not leave the ground. Here is Slime once more. 11:30 remains. The deficit is 3 for the Narwhals. Black Ranger once more. Settling it. BBC in front of the Slime goaltender. And facing a hard forecheck here is the Black Ranger. He's able to get around 1 and 2. He's got the BBC open in front. Can he find him? Facing some pressure here. No. Taken away by Slime. Slapped up. Collected by Marone at the point now. And circling around, carrying it very loosely, is Marone. The BBC firmly posted in front of the Slime goaltender. And here is Marone slapping it on. Good job creating traffic in front is the BBC. The best chance the Narwhals have had tonight. 10:50 remains. Still a scrum in front of the net, slapping at the goaltender of these Narwhals. Here's the BBC coming all the way back, much to the disgruntlement of Coach Gary. But sending it all the way on and then jabbing at it is the BBC. And hearing some words from Slime here. 10:30 remains. Narwhals have looked the best in these last 30 seconds, and they have all game. Able to control the puck in the zone. They will have an offensive zone draw here. And lost by Marone. Up comes Slime by himself. Outnumbered in his offensive zone. He'll leave it back. And then taking the slapper and slapped down by Vane. But collected once more in the corner by Slime. Oh, right in front of Ward here. The BBC, the Black Ranger will have it taken from him and then collected by him once more. Slap betwixt his legs. Here is Marone with it. Throwing it to the side. Vane along the boards. Up comes Slime now. White Ranger perhaps anxious to get back on the ice. A long shift for this Narwhal team. And Slime now, leaving it back for his man at the point. Oh, and right in front of Ward here. Perhaps some disrespect for the play-by-play man. Of course, the official voice of the Narwhals. And right back to the point. And you'll wonder if these Narwhals have anything to say about James Ward having a puck thrown right at him. And a fatigued-looking Vane and Marone take the bench. Defensive zone draw won by the Narwhals, but all alone with it is the White Ranger. Finds the Black Ranger now. Going to the point and just tries to do too much. Bill comes back to stop the breakaway and fans on the shot. Does 44. Here's the BBC with it now. Sending it towards Ward. And perhaps not the bounce he was looking for off the boards right in front of Endelson. And Endelson has stood tall here.
I gotta study up on my fucking geometry. That's true. That's supposed to happen. The points are brutal.
And yet another defensive zone draw here for the Narwhals. The White Ranger take it. Dropped and sent across. Collected by Slime now. Sending it in. Mendelson these last few games has done a great job standing tall at the top of the crease, getting large and in charge. Once more in the defensive zone for the Narwhals. Taken up here by the White Ranger. A 2-on-2 opportunity in the zone, sending it into the crotch of the goaltender. And finally covering and maintaining his shutout is this Slime goaltender. Approaching 7:30 remaining here. The score has remained locked at 3-0, not in favor of these Narwhals, but in favor of Slime. Here's the White Ranger with it, sending it wide off of his backhand. Trying to keep it in the offensive zone is the Black Ranger, providing a hell of a forecheck. But getting away from it is Slime, at least for the time being. And some contact, and then eventually thrown away. And off comes the Black Ranger here.
One behind him, Ron. No, one behind him.
Here is Slime looking to, and just wide, slapped out of the air there. Up comes the White Ranger now. Here's the BBC with it, finding Marone across. Sending it all the way back up and perhaps too far. Here's the White Ranger now. Bill will lose it.
Go behind, go behind.
Here's the White Ranger. Finding the BBC is the White Ranger. And up he comes, crossing the red line and then taking a shot and finding the wrong net. Narwhals down to seemingly 4 skaters. All they have left on the ice here. Here's Marone with it. Taking a flapper and missing the net as usual. Up comes Slime now. Slicing through the Narwhal defense. And a good stick save there by Endel. But collecting the rebound. Perhaps going to have some words here from Little Bill. And the deficit for the Narwhals swells to 4.
We know it's 4.
Here is Vane now. Across to Marone. Up he comes, taking a slapper and hitting the goaltender this time. A tremendous achievement for him. Here is Slime now. Sending it wide of his man. He'll go down. And across. You see our favorite ref. And playing a bit recklessly here is Slime. Here is Little Bill. And boy, does it feel like this period is dragging. We see a slapper from Marone. Just not a lot of energy from this Narwhal team.
I got 4 guys.
Cold like it is, man. Slapped wide by Marone. Oh, and then a slick little biscuit from the BBC. Trying to find Marone. He will not. Coming all the way back down for it is Vane. Trying to find Bill is Vane. Unsuccessfully so. Slime controlling the puck now. Finding their open men. And throwing it in and then deflected wide by Bill. Up comes Marone now. Slapping it. Oh, as he often does. And finally, blocker side. He will find the back of the net.
the kids' school. They're literally tiny.
And this Narwhal line will finally get a rest. Excuse me, that's just Bill who's getting a rest. But the lead is cut to 3 in favor of Slime. 2:55 remains here in the first half. Some tussling going on right in front of Ward here. No call by the ref, despite calls from the Black Ranger. And how about that shot from number 8, who maybe is the star of the game here. And some chirping to our favorite ref here. But an incredible shot at an incredible angle. This one? Here's Slime now. Number 8 once more. Slapping it wide left is Slime. Again, the deficit is 4 for these Narwhals. Approaching 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's the Black Ranger, settling it now. Taking his time is he. And right to Slime there. Perhaps not getting the look he wanted from these Narwhals. Here is Slime now. Into the Narwhal zone. Looking to get the puck out front. Oh, and slapping it right through the crease. Just a loose Narwhal defense. And Slime is able to slide inside. And a 6-1 advantage. And the word mercy comes up now very often when we talk about these Narwhals. And once more it will come up again tonight. Slime just 3 goals away from a mercy. Marone, I don't even want to call it fighting for it on the boards, but he is there. Slime now, perhaps some fatigue setting in for these Narwhals. As Slime just slides right through this loose Narwhal defense, able to get back up to the point, finding their open men.
Can you tell them they're exhausted? They have 6 guys.
Certainly fatigue is showing up here for these Narwhals, as the energy is just sapped from the ice.
10 to 6.
And nothing but excuses coming from Coach Gary, who, of course, we heard the reports.
It's not excuses. It's not excuses.
And we heard the
I quit
reports
several times.
coming from credible sources
This is
that Coach Gary would be on the hot seat should he lose this game tonight.
Ownership should be embarrassed. This game
A
totally goes
6-1
on
advantage.
John Carolina.
Feels fully out of hand in favor of Slime. Sliding through the slot and then deflected wide off the stick of the Black Ranger. Just 5 seconds remaining here. Intercepted by Slime. All alone in front of the net. Not able to slide it through. And at the end of the half, the deficit is 5 for these Narwhals.
6.
It's 6-1, no?
Oh, yeah.
You weren't watching that? I don't think so.
6.
Still waiting for the video. Frank's. It's been like 3 minutes.
I'm not happy about anything.
Where's that videotape on Frank's?
I gotta cut the clip. He wants me to cut the clip of Frank's pushing off on the guy.
What, over here? Oh, when he was holding him?
You got my kitchen that night. I want to see
All right.
Right. I was annoyed. It led to the goal. I was Bill got charged from the other guy.
full goal lead.
No. Bill got the penalty. Bill got the penalty. Yeah, do that. Not so far. Hold on. If he gets the penalty,
It's the second game.
now
It's usually good in the first.
we got a penalty.
I did pull him. Smith? No, whoever Smith fucking fell on. It was my leg. I was like, oh, no. You gotta lose your six. You gotta be crazy. Yeah? You actually bet that.
I've never, Narwhals never get penalties. They got so many more guys.
Oh, really? Same. They didn't get more shots.
We had 10. They got 6 guys. We got 6 guys.
Without Josh. They like the other team.
So who's ready to play Narwhals?
I'm here.
That's fair. Does it hurt when you're out there?
Well, you can have that.
I was gonna say if he's skating.
Yeah, usually when you don't feel
All right. You got the drugs, James. You're gonna have to write it down.
Nothing hard enough.
We'll get you a nice little sword off.
I don't know if the drugs we do will get
Not quite enough.
I want to do game plan. I think I need manager for that. Push the red line. Whoever fucking has the puck slaps on a net. Everybody else tries to motor.
That seems like your game plan.
It's the only goal we got. We go back, and then when I'm sitting, we gotta start moving when I'm sitting behind the net. Yeah. Everybody's just standing there. No, you came back there. No, it's right. Just float around.
It would
You
also
go
be
back there and I
nice
just go, all right,
if when
just find
he was
any open
cutting,
areas.
if we could get a little bit of help on defense by someone picking up a man instead of everyone watching, just going down.
Yeah, you'll
Eventually, that's essentially what I'm doing. Is just stay fucking hot. He's gonna get bored. He's gonna start gravitating towards the puck.
No one should be standing still. No one should be standing still. If no one's
unless you can send one guy all the way down and just sits down there to draw one guy deep. So you have two guys.
Mark is good at that.
Yeah, screen the net.
Mark's good at that. That's why I'm good at it.
That's basically all I've been doing since my color. I'm just going through the ridge, man. What's the hardest scoreboard? Shit broke.
And we look back in here to a 6-1 Slime lead here. Just the typical game from these Narwhals. Just debilitated looking on the ice. Slime will win the draw. Taken behind their own goaltender. And sliding it. And perhaps missing a tripping call there is our favorite ref. A break for these Narwhals. Oh, and sliding it across all alone in front. And no Narwhal defenseman to be found. Although Endel sitting very deep in the net. And a 6-goal advantage for Slime here, just 2 away from a mercy. Only 30 seconds. Oh, and a slick glove grab from Slime. Slime now, back in the Narwhal zone. Sending it all the way back down. Helping out the Slime goaltender is our favorite ref. Sending it all the way down now. Board to board, go Slime. Here's the BBC fighting with him. And he'll eventually take it away. But facing heavy pressure is the BBC and slapping it all the way down. I'm finding their men now. Crossing the red line, slapping it in, and then back in front. He'll put it into the gut of Andelson. And a defensive zone face-off here for the Narwhals. Marone to take the draw and lose it as usual. I don't know that the Narwhals have won a single face-off tonight. As struggling to settle it is Slime. Intercepted there by Vane. Up he comes. Slapping it down to Marone. Not able to collect. Here's Slime with it once more now. Leaving it for his man. Still with pressure from Marone. Here's Marone with it right in front now. And off the mask. And out. Slime taking their time with it. They'll go for a change. Oh, watch the door there, ref. Careful now. Here's Slime now, cutting right in front. And able to squeeze that one in the armpit is Andelson. Off comes the White Ranger. And yet another defensive zone draw here for these Narwhals. Here's Slime with it. He's right in front of Ward. Slapping it back to the point now. And here's Slime finding Vane right in front of his own net. Finding the BBC. Up he comes. Outmanned in the zone and off the mask goes the BBC. Here's Vane sending it on. Some traffic in front. No dice there. 18:30 remains. Able to get past Marone. And then off the shin of Bill. Oh, and a fantastic pass there from the BBC to Marone.
Mark made a fucking pretty badass pass.
And the deficit is cut to 5 for these Narwhals. That's the second goal off the stick of Marone. And yet another face-off lost. And undressed is the Black Ranger. Narwhals down to 5 skaters here. Here's Slime. Into the corner with it. Around the back of the Narwhal net. Here is Slime. Oh, and off the gut. Off the gut of Bill. No one to come in for him, though. Here's Marone now. One-on-one in the zone. Can he make it a hat trick? No. Nobody there to help him. Around the boards goes Slime. Facing pressure from the BBC. Here's 44 along the boards. Back up to the point. Slime doing a good job of taking their time in this game. Nope.
Although I still think I would play better.
With what? And once more, finding the back of the Narwhal net, as that is the hat trick for number 8 of Slime. We will get Marone on the bench in favor of the White Ranger.
He broke my heart too.
Wow. And an apparent broken foot as Gary drops the news. The White Ranger fighting for it on the boards. And a penalty for hooking. Against who, I don't know. And a power play upcoming for the Narwhals here. Back to a 6-goal advantage for Slime here. 8-2. What a power play opportunity, and the first face-off won for these Narwhals tonight. Got him. Here's the White Ranger now. Sliding it on. Oh, trying to go 5-hole there. Bill now not able to collect. Here's Slime with it. Getting aggressive is Bill, using the big body. On the stick of him once more. Collected by the BBC. Losing a stick is a man from Slime. And going through the crease with that pass is the BBC. Chipping it up to Vane is the White Ranger. And taking a slapper. Getting on net. And creating some pressure here on this power play on the Narwhals. And taking a time for the Slime goaltender here. There is some chatter. Winning the draw and then taking the slapper was accurate but deflected wide by the goaltender. Here's Vane. Across to Bill. That's Little Bill. And then throwing it on. Deflected back to him. Back to Vane now. And back to Bill once more. That pass ill-advised. Facing pressure from the BBC here. And we see Coach Gary, some very nonchalant looking body language. Perhaps mirroring that of these Narwhals on the ice. Oh, and then slapped in. A short-handed goal for Slime here. And a 7-goal deficit here for these Narwhals. And some chatter coming from the Narwhal goaltender. Here's Marone with it now, throwing it wide right. Slime back to full strength. BBC with it, somehow dancing in front of the net and then going all the way back to Vane. Up top, perhaps looking for the slapper here. We'll throw it on. And Bill back to collect for the Narwhals. 13 minutes remain. A 7-goal deficit to make up for these Narwhals. And no call on the tripping there as Vane goes down. Marone puts it in his gut. And perhaps our favorite ref missing a few here. Right in front of Ward now. Here's Marone. Chipped away by Slime, but collected by the BBC. Here is Slime. Coming up now, a 2-on-2 opportunity in the zone. Bill will slap that away. Here's the BBC with it. Waiting in the corner. Perhaps looking. Come back to the point now, but he will go down and the helmet comes off. And off comes Little Bill. Out goes the White Ranger. Go over the boards. A loss on the face-off for the Narwhals. Slime will send it all the way down to Vane. Over to the White Ranger, eventually finding the stick of Marone. And through traffic, finds the White Ranger, chipping it over to Vane, who will finally get his eyes up. Here's the BBC, losing it to Slime, taken away by Marone. Up he comes now. He's got a 2-on-2 opportunity in the zone. He's got the BBC across, and he will fan on the shot, sending it wide left and through the crease once more. Up comes Slime now. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Slapped away by the White Ranger. Slime across now, entering the zone on the stick of Marone. Up he comes with it. Hitting a man from Slime, trying to clear. BBC cherry picking hard down there. Back on the stick of the White Ranger. Oh, and the BBC not able to collect. He had a chance all alone in front. And he'll find his man at the point, and he will put it in the gut of the goaltender. A couple nice looks here from these Narwhals as we approach 10:30 remaining. Narwhals teetering on the seat of a mercy. A 9-2 deficit here. The BBC to take the draw and win it to the White Ranger now. Over to Vane, who will face some pressure, looking to circle back. Over to the White Ranger now with plenty of room and sending it wide left. Here is Vane looking to settle it. Running low on time are these Narwhals, but still plenty of it. Through the legs of the BBC, Narwhals not able to connect on these passes. Here is Slime with it once more. Crossing the red line. 2-on-3 disadvantage off the skate of Marone, who will face pressure on the boards. Right in front of Ward now. Finds Vane off the boards. Throws it on net and just left of that right pad. Well, the goaltender from Slime there. Narwhals will cut the deficit to 6. 9:30 remains here. Plenty of time for these Narwhals. If they can muster up the energy, you can see the reserves being had for Slime there, able to stay fresh on the ice. Narwhals look incredibly fatigued here. Slime winning the draw there. Losing possession. Here's the White Ranger. Coming up on the boards now. Finding Vane.
Coming to you.
Facing pressure now. Looking to go back to the White Ranger. He'll connect right in the slot. And then shooting wide right is he. Here is Slime once more. Under 9 minutes now. Up they come. Taken away by Vane. Will come up the boards. Have it chipped away by Slime. Left loosely there. Here's the BBC looking to turn around and shoot it. He will find the wrong net, but play will continue. Here's the White Ranger now, looking to find the BBC. Throwing it on net, and a good kick save there from the goaltender. Vane now to fight for it on the boards. Right in the corner here. Losing a stick is Slime. Here's the BBC now. Up he comes like a bowling ball with a head of steam. And off comes the White Ranger in place of Bill. Deficit remains 6 for these Narwhals. Just 8 minutes remain.
You're fucking killing it, dude. You're always in the right spot. I know you're fucking dying.
Settled down by Little Bill now. Little Bill circling the net. Little Bill now up the boards and carrying it far too loosely, but collecting once more in the corner now. Oh, and down goes the man from Slime. Here's the BBC with it. And eventually covered by the Slime goaltender. A rare offensive zone chance here for these Narwhals. One to the point. Here's Little Bill with it. He'll have it slapped away. Oh, and just unfortunate there as Endelson tries to come out to collect the puck. But put in the back of the net by Slime. And their lead extends back to 7. A 10-3 deficit here for these Narwhals. Sending it up the boards and out towards the scorekeeper. Vane asking for the timeout here. See if Coach Gary has a battle cry for his men here.
Probably also yeah, I've had that problem.
I don't even remember doing this. There's a video of me taking 4 Jello shots at once, so I don't even remember that. So I at least want to finish the unless we can fall.
So honestly, like, other than that last which is just you guys being bad and the loser. Keep on doing it. Yeah, you got thrown.
Yeah, we should be peppering everyone.
you guys can have something when I'm up top, I'm just shooting the ball. I'm literally just trying not to trap it on the line. Yeah, I know it's gonna be there. You know how many times he's done that and nobody. No one's there because I know someone should be there.
Every time you're there now, put a smile on my face. Even though it's a good look too. You got a shot off.
By next season, I'll be finishing on the back door too. I should have fucking had that one. For learning.
And we have one son. If we had a full roster, I don't think they are.
And some chatter on the Narwhal bench here that all they needed for a W here was a few more skaters. And seemingly content with this loss here.
They came off the team. This team's not that good. Good to go, Matt?
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Hey, next week it's a must.
That's it. That's the only one we win.
I mean, we're playing
That's fine.
Petey's team.
Yeah, exactly. Absolute most important game in the history of the Narwhals upcoming next week as we play Mini. Will be with his Kims in net and slicing through the Narwhal defense, and a great poke check there from Endelson. Standing tall. Sending it back in for Slime. Here's Vane. Finds the BBC now. Slicing through. Oh, and let him play. And clearing the top net there on the deflection. Off the shot of the BBC. We're under 6 minutes now. Slime just 1 goal away from a mercy here. Feels like all too often these Narwhals are just playing for pride, not to get mercied. Here's Slime now. Circling back. Sending it up the boards. Here's the BBC with it. They'll fight for it on the boards. He'll win that fight. Get around one man. Slime will lay down for him. Here is Marone with the rebound and then just blindly backhanding it across. Will briefly find the White Ranger. But here's Slime. Slicing past Vane. And here's Vane waiting now. Sending it off the stick of the White Ranger. 5 minutes remain here. Here is Slime once more off the escape. And settling, right to the White Ranger there. Oh, and an ill-advised pass from Marone. Here is Slime with it once more. Waiting to cross the red line, finally does. Oh, through the legs of the White Ranger there. And then going down once more. And throwing it in front, perhaps just playing with these Narwhals. Here's the BBC, looking for that signature spin. As you hear some frustration from Coach Gary here. Throwing his water bottle down in disgust. Here is Slime. Throwing it right in front of the crease and right in front of Endelson there. Some slick biscuits here from Slime. A defensive zone draw here as we tick down under 4 minutes. We'll get Little Bill in the game. That draw collected by Marone and taken away shortly after. Here's Slime with it. Right in front of Ward now. Slime slicing through. Chipped away by Vane. Slime circling away from the BBC. Crossing the red line. Slicing through the Narwhal defense. And just missing the chip in there. But a good look there from Slime. Looking to end this game by way of mercy. And a one-on-one here for Marone. Poked away by Slime. A good defensive play by number 8 there. He's been, and the tripping called. A light tripping at that. Slime looking to end the game. Not looking to even send into this power play. And still chipped away and not controlled. Eventually touched. And Little Bill will head off the ice by way of tripping. And our favorite ref will call it. The Narwhals will not be mercied tonight. Wow. And some chirping from our favorite ref to Bill. And on the back of a tripping penalty, our favorite ref will call it because of some chirping from Little Bill as they have a conversation here. Looks to be getting heated. But nonetheless, our favorite ref will save us from a mercy. The final score here, Slime 10, the Narwhals 3. And an 0-3 start here, and frustration apparently starting to boil over here for these Narwhals.
You watch the player now. You watch the player now.
And still this chirping here. Little Bill perhaps looking to chirp his way into a suspension once more. We've seen it before.
If I was up to something, you don't think I would have chased the guy down?
I let you go in the corner for knocking the guy down. I let that go.
Listen, I mean, stopping a game over an accident.
Coach puts you on the bench because you know you're going to do something stupid.
And we'll finish out the chirping here. We'll have to see how this plays out.
My fucking trip, though. Sorry, man. Appreciate it.
Coach Gary getting involved here. And perhaps a resolution here. The chatter continues with Bill and our favorite ref.
Me and Georgie have marriage troubles. That's you, bro. Go ahead.